It never rains, but it pours. Do keep the wolf from the door.
So Fran, you are here to present your first solo record.
Yeah.
So I would like to know, before I get wrong, how do you pronounce it?
All right,
where
it's called
the
Wreckorder.
name Wreckorder.
Wreckorder.
Wreckorder. And where does the name come from? It's written in a particular way.
Yeah, I had a song on the album called Wreckorder, spelled W-R-E-C-K-O-R-D-E-R. And then I took, I liked the title and I took that, but I didn't use the songs, but I used the title.
Okay.
And I like it because it was, I have been recording since I was 8 years old with my little tape recorder. And I'm 37 now and I'm still recording.
This is your first solo album, so I would like to know why it was the right time to make it, and even though you've always written the lyrics in Travis and the sound is quite similar, is there any particularity which is probably from you?
I was bored, I just wanted a change, I wanted to do something a bit different, and I wanted to go out by myself. I didn't want to do it really with another band. I just wanted to go out and touch base with people and go out, and it's easy to do it by yourself. When you have a band, there's a crew and you end up going on the road with 15 or 16 people. You have a tour manager, lights, sound, guitar tuners, and, you know, guitar techs, and every kind of thing. So I just wanted to be by myself.
And what the band told you about your solo record?
They haven't said anything.
Did they supported you? Or?
I don't know. They haven't said anything.
Okay.
So I don't know if they like it. So I asked them if it was cool, if they were cool, and they said yeah, they were cool. But then I sent them the album and I've not heard anything from anyone.
Wow.
So maybe not. I don't know.
Okay. I have to ask you about the artists that you host on your record. So tell us which are they and how the collaboration started and how did you manage with them to work with them?
Cool. On the album I do a duet with a girl called Nico Case. She's great, and I saw her playing in Berlin last year or the year before last, and after the show I went up to her and said, would you be into doing a duet with me? And she knew my band and she knew me and she said yes. Yeah. And the other collaboration was with Paul McCartney, the bass player of the Beatles, and a really big hero. And I had written a song and I thought, who would be the best bass player to get on this song? And I thought Paul McCartney, so I emailed his office.
But you knew him before, maybe?
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, not like I could call Paul up and say, hey Paul, how you doing?
Okay.
But he knew me and I knew him. Because in Britain the music business is very small, and if you become a big band, then if you're around long enough, you pretty much get to meet everyone because it's small. Yeah. And then, yeah, I emailed him, he emailed me back saying he loved the song and he would love to do it. He plays on a song called As It Comes. And so I ended up having to send all of the song to him in his studio, and when he had a day off from his world tour, he went and played it. And I didn't know what to say, how to say thank you to him, and I was going to buy him a present or something, but I thought...
I was going to ask you how you returned the gift.
I didn't really know what to do, so I thought he's always trying to get everyone to be a vegetarian, so I thought that would be a nice thing to do, to convert to vegetarianism, to say thanks. So that's what I did, and I'm a vegetarian now.
You are part of, I don't know if you're still part of that movement, but Make Poverty History, and I know that you took part in many demonstrations against war. So where does this social consciousness come from?
Well, I think everyone got involved in this war thing. Everyone. Millions of people marched in London, and I was one of those people. But I was famous, so because you're famous, everyone's like, oh, you, and they almost forget that when the Iraq War happened, it was politics became personal. I've no interest in politics and never had, but it politicized everyone, from the old lady on the street to the young kid and everyone in between. And I was just one of those people out on the marches. I wrote a couple of songs about it because I felt it was there, it was part of what was going on, and that's what I write about, things that affect me. We were very public about it. We did the MTV Europe Awards with naked protesters, and this was my idea, and I loved it. And then we were the only band to do it. And I think it's hard for bands because, for instance, at that time, Radio 1 would not play anything by any, like, that mentioned any war or anything to do with war. You were not going to get played on the radio.
You weren't really part of Britpop, but I have to ask you, do you agree if I tell you that it was the last great movement and scene in England?
I would agree, What happened was the majors took over, and when the majors take over, it's only a matter of time before everything becomes diluted and it changes. And I think Travis came along right at the end of Britpop, and we were almost, the Man Who was the last Britpop record and the first record of a new thing, which bore bands like Coldplay and Keane. But it wasn't a movement, because like Travis, Coldplay, Keane, journalists in England, they're just like, they don't like that.
Is there any new band, according to the fact that you're saying in the future,